I know, right? Here we go. All right. So I am testing where the microphone is, and currently it is in front of me. And I want to see if it's giving more than it did on the last interview. And so we are here currently with William Brower. And William, tell people a little bit about yourself.
Well, Jackie, I am a Titanic historian of 46 years of research. My area of expertise and background is on the passengers and crew. I also happen to be the author of 40 books, mixed genres that I've,
40 books.
yes, 40 books.
What genres do you write in?
Pretty much almost anything. I like to go wherever the idea strikes and just venture down the rabbit hole and see how it pans out. So far, I've got 5 books on the Titanic, and my epic fantasy series, Chronicles of the Dragons Bane, has 10 novels
Yeah,
out.
you recently did something different within the last, as a matter of fact, 3 or 4 days. You're on a new venture with that particular series.
I am, in fact, I am trying to get it shopped around to the appropriate agents and studios. I have it fully packaged, to the standards and such, budget and all those things. Um, right down to what I have, what I call the most off the beaten path of a marketing concept. But you know, that's just because the fact that I'm a historian first to begin with. So
What is it about chronicling major historical events that you find fascinating?
I think, well, first of all, that's a very good question, and I think in a lot of ways, it's the human emotion. Eyewitness accounts to whatever it is that's happening, what's taking place. Be it something of a major drastic thing, or even as well to something that never happened in terms of a tragic circumstance. You know, it's one of those cases. Sometimes depending upon what the subject is, we're not able to experience it for ourselves, but we can hear the level of emotion in the writing and also in the audio recordings. Again, depending on the time frame.
I've been able to interview a number of people who are very interested in keeping the event of the Titanic alive within books and theater and film. What do you find with these people as you've been journeying with them yourself that has impressed you to keep going?
Well, basically, most of us will agree that we're basically chained to the anchors of the ship. So it's a story that's going to stay with us, for generations to come. And it's just always fun to see, just kind of just like with other various genres and things like that. It's fun and interesting to see what the other person is working on and the way that they're approaching it on the research front. And not to mention, of course, too, the occasional surprise along the way too.
Do you find that any of the people that you have researched for this particular project have made an impact in your personal life?
Oh yes, absolutely. You know, there's a number of people that have, especially with with the Titanic ones. For example, my good friend Cliff Ismay. Uh, our families have practically adopted each other, so you know it goes without saying to expect the a Christmas card and the Christmas phone call as well too. Amidst
No, and I love that part about it. It seems from the outside,
Mhm.
my journey started with you on this particular project a couple of years back. I have over the years watched as the communication in open forums uh, between you and the others, and it really does seem like I don't know, a family of sorts. And you guys really do truly care about each other.
we do. I mean, we actually do call it our Titanic family. And you know, we just don't have any designations of aunt, uncle, cousin, or anything like that. But it's all still within the same wavelength and the same ballpark. So you know, um, as you know, like with when we had the incident when there was a troll going after Julie Cook, and you saw how quickly everyone kind of rallied to her defense.
It's um, I really wish that we could like can that and like spread it around all over the place because that sort of community, I see that every once in a while there can be some bickering, but then if someone from the outside comes in, or sometimes somebody from the direct inside, they decide that they want to start some shit, and it's lovely to see that in a world of fabricated BS, Instagram, lovely photos, and all of that, that there is a place where there is actually some reality and severity if you decide to FAFO.
Absolutely,
I love that.
I mean that's why if you notice some of the some of the groups and some of the people that run the groups even put up a bulletin board of rules and regulations of what not to joke about and what not to discuss.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can like, they give you a lot of leeway. It's not like you're like in a little square box and you're not allowed to like poke out the edges every once in a while like family does.
Exactly.
There is also within that group a very tight knit quality where they're very respectful of um, each person who's been invited to that group. I said publicly. There is a couple of groups that are public, but there are, there is one in particular that is a private group,
Hmm.
and um, it it's important to have a place where they can feel they're heard, and that there is a level of respect that is like 10 by 10.
Yes. And not to mention, for the other members like yourself, it's a proper educational forum where you will be able to have direct access from legitimate source material and not what you're going to find doing a Google search. So
Yeah, or somebody's dork ass AI project, and we're like, oh, I'm going to write a book on the Titanic. Yeah. And, type in a couple of keywords into a AI program and have it spit out, and then for crying out loud, posting it as it's your own content and going, yeah, I did that. That's like all 100% mine. Um, yeah, all of those like markings, and you could tell that what about that one where the cover of it
yeah,
was completely
right,
different? It wasn't even the Titanic. It was like it was a big ship, but it certainly wasn't the Titanic. And
right.
I mean, yeah, every once in a while we can get some good hooey out of that because, they're like, for real, this person is trying to do this. But then there are times when people try to insert themselves into a place they honestly don't belong, and they try to tear apart something that is really, really important for those people. Because I mean, there's like descendants, there's historians, there's people that want to know the every most minute subject matter about the ship and or the people that are on it. I've met some like really, really incredible people from there.
Hmm.
And when somebody comes on and decides that they want to try to drive a wedge in, it's not acceptable. It's not in any group where there is something like that. It's not acceptable. But there are these people that decide that they know best, and they're just going to do the damage.
No, and they do try to put the attempt in, but more times than not,
It gets smashed.
yes, exactly.
I It did take a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to, but yes, and doing it in not a like some people can get really foul to foul. I mean, I'm no angel, and I swear like a sailor at times, but in all of that we're talking about, there wasn't, from what I could see, anything like that. It was all legitimately 100% above board and basically just the facts, and you're not doing any of these facts, and you are not welcome here.
Yep, exactly.
It was very I want to say maybe highbrow. It wasn't exactly highbrow, but it was done with a eloquence, and I don't think that person expected that.
No, not quite, and nor did they realize that that was an eloquent insult as well too, which made it all the more beneficial.
Yes. So, when you're going into a space that is made for people who have memorialized people, or they have done a lot of research, and they're putting in years or decades of their life into doing the research, and they're doing everything they possibly can to be able to get it right. And somebody comes in and starts poking holes at it, or trying to grab some of the people from that core group because they think they might benefit, profit by it, or get accolade and be like, "Oh, I'm a part of this group now." Yeah, that doesn't work. It's very gauche.
Yeah, that is an understatement right there. So,
So I've learned some really cool things about how to handle situations instead of like trying to just like pop off. Kind of like take some steps back,
hmm.
take the room, read the room,
Oh
and then
yes, absolutely.
uh, do your best to be able to keep a poker face. Now, I do play poker. Do you partake in poker?
Once in a blue moon, I'm more a blackjack person myself.
I love poker. Damn. Um, but I can respect blackjack. I get that. Um, it is important to be able to not like reveal everything. And when you're writing a scene, when you're writing for an audience, you have to make sure that you are not giving them too many details. But you want to also make them feel like they're getting a little bit more information than even some of the other people that are written into the piece.
Hmm.
Let's give it a little bit of discussion about how you do that within your other works.
Well,
Well,
I think
I think
probably
probably
one of my
one of my
easiest ways of doing it is by building up a specific scene. I'll throw something obscure and random within the context of the beginning part of the sequence. It may seem like it's subtle and insignificant right up until you get to the next stage of it. And then that's when the pieces start to connect.
And sometimes people say that there's some sort of a uh, theorem that goes into this process. When you're going about it, do you go about it structurally, or do you go about it organically?
100% organic. Um, I'm the type of person that basically I'll figure out what genre. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I will figure out what genre I want to start working on first,
Hmm.
and then I'll go ahead and I'll match particular music to that particular genre. Then I'll just pop the headphones on and start writing, and then whichever of the two options happens first, either I punch out a couple of chapters or a finished novel, or I wind up zonkering out and deciding to power down, save everything, and take a cat nap. So,
Oh, I'm about ready to do that myself. I see that you're a little tired, so I'm going to cut you some slack. I appreciate you helping me with testing out my mic, and I think if it sounds good enough, I think I might even post it.
cool. Well,
Like,
I'm gonna,
I might even do a couple of more of these because I kind of sort of like the lighting back here. And after I'm done with this, I'll show you how I'm doing it.
okay. And if you want to open split share screen, I'm gonna show you a little something I've been working on.
Um, how? Okay, so
Right.
you can send it over to me, and I think I might be able to put it up.
Uh,
Or do you
er,
want
here we
like
are. Hold on. I think I'm doing it now.
do you want this out?
Here. Well, I was gonna show it to you this way as soon
This
as.
way? I'm just telling you now.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just looking for the option on here.
You have is it a video? Is it a photo?
It is going to be a photo.
Coco.
So open up the file like that. And let me see. Share media. Here we go.
Now it should open up in another window. And if it doesn't, then just pop it over to me and I'll put it in.
Okay. Try this one.
Look at that. All right. Here we go. Hey, what's that? What
I'm
is that?
on stage. There we are.
All right, now let's see. I can spotlight it. Hang on. Check that out.
Wow.
Wow, wow is right. Who did that? Oh, look at the skulls. All that stuff.
I basically it's just been digitally restoring most of my Dragons Bane stuff. So
That you know what? Oh my goodness, I've seen this stuff.
yeah,
How did you do that though? Because when I was looking at the photos, it was so not that vibrant. I mean, these pictures are what 20, 25 years old.
uh, thank you. Older.
Well, 20, 25 years old. I'm a vampire. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number.
Indeed, yeah. Some of
Wow,
these are almost 35 years old. So,
bloody hell! So how did you do that?
well, basically, just been tweaking a generic version of Photoshop that I have.
And
So,
it's doing that?
yeah.
Diggity.
So here, I'll send you another one. So now let's see here. Da, 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 da. revised.
Spotlight.
Let's see. Uh,
Oh,
let's see. Which one would be a good shot? Let's see. Which one do we want to
oh, there
show?
we are. All right, I figured it out.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Freaking
This one
cool.
I was surprised turned out really good. Let me see if it shows how to, if it's going to let me share it.
Wait a minute. Let me remove this,
Okay.
and then I think that's the same one. Okay, great. You
Okay.
did
Yeah,
take
here we
that,
go.
then just hit the other one.
Okay, so this one I thought turned out really really good. I was I was,
I
I was
can't believe that that was that bright.
let's see. Now we're going Loggers B, Caprin.
That's really cool.
Oh, it gets better. Here we are.
You do a side by side comparison with what you did. Here's a spotlight. Wow! Wow! Just wow! Wow!
Yeah. So I think
Wow!
yeah,
Tim,
I think what it is at the end of the day, I just had to wait for the technology to catch up to itself because
sometimes people. What do I want to say to you? I wrote a article on my main page, and it was like a listing of how long it would take these particular creators to uh, make their project, and one of them was like 35 years. I think that was could have been Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
I think that might have taken about that long to do.
Oh yeah.
And um, yeah, so you're right up there with that guy.
So
How about that?
works for me. I'm a huge fan of Tolkien. So
I am just like, wow, that's super cool.
now I'll tell you the one I'm surprised with is my when my Bellin decides to do the sacrifice with one of his victims.
Hmm.
This one turned out a lot better than much more cleaner than the original one. So I'm just bringing it up now.
Brower, I am shook. That's uh, have you shown any of these to the original artist?
Not yet, because
They're gonna
he's
be
out of town with his daughter. So,
they're gonna be like absolutely blown away.
but believe it or not, these are going to be going into a new book. I decided I'm going to write another Dragons Bane book.
I I I either heard you from like, you telling me about that, or I heard you a different way. But I kind of figured that that's what was going to happen. I think that's fabulous.
Thank you. So,
So are these any of these going into your pitch for having this done as a um, film piece?
I'm considering doing that, as a possibility, but I do have a full pitch package already put together. And, just in case purposes, I also have the secondary pitch package. Did I tell you the idea on the marketing side?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of taking advantage of the people that I know within the Titanic community, since a number of them are part of a group called the Explorers Club.
Oh yes,
So,
we talked a little bit about that
so
a couple years
bas-
ago, I think.
yeah, basically what I'm hoping to accomplish with this is that because of the fact that most of the locations in Dragons Bane are based off of actual legitimate ancient locations somewhere in the world.
Mm, yes,
I am going to create a series of treasures and will bring them to the original location. But the clues on where they are going to be in both this book, the film, and also some of my previous works.
I think that would be a fabulous idea.
You know,
We need more of that. There have been a number of creatives that have done things close to that,
yes,
and they were well received within their communities. And I think that that is a fabulous idea.
thank you. And I mean, I look at it like this. Personally, at the end of the day, people have need to have an opportunity to experience the world from a different approach. And it's so crazy to see how social media is today, and how most mornings I have to scroll through 5,700 texts starting with "unfriend me if" just to get to something interesting.
Bro, I'm like, I see that word and I'm like, I just, you know, I get, I so get being inundated with all particular subject matter. Um, but uh, I mean, so if it annoys you, there's I think there is some ways within the Facebook algorithm that you can like put hashtags or something like that in there that you don't want to see. I don't know if it's like that anymore because it's gone through some changes. But
That's
I know in some of the other social medias that you can do that and block out certain words or whatever if they're coming up a lot in your feed. Or you can, I know within TikTok, you can completely and totally restart your algorithm. You have to go into settings to do it. I I don't know if there would be something like that within Facebook that you could do. I don't think it's set up like that. But then again, if you do set it like that, you don't know what it's same kind of sort of with TikTok though. You don't know
right.
what kind of gonna see, and you're probably gonna find something else that's gonna annoy you. So whatever. Figure it
Yeah. You know, I mean, in the worst case scenario, it's some really great exercise.
out. Just whatever. Just do you whatever
Yep.
you got to do. So yeah. So but I think that's pretty cool though.
Thank you. I mean, not knock on wood.
Well, you've been doing it long enough. There's bound to be something that's going to happen out of it, and I have a feeling that this year is going to be a good year for being able to move forward because a lot more people are like stepping away from social media
Hmm.
and they're putting themselves back into actually picking up books and reading books and watching classic movies and or uh, going to theater and doing things that are offline.
And that's
And
good.
the thing about it, they're just like this is something that uh, has caused a lot of burnout for people. And their creative structure, I think, sometimes because they take in too much social media, it's zapping their creativity because
Oh
their
yeah.
brain is so much trying to filter out uh, all this the junk that they see, and uh, they're they're just fed up with it.
Well, it's understandable there. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you can only stand something for so long, anyways.
Yeah. All right. So I appreciate. Wow, I didn't think I was going to get pictures, but those. I am super interested in seeing because I watch sometimes videos of posters like restored. And like I saw one a few days ago. There was a Star Wars poster, one of the originals that came out, and it was folded and rolled and all of that stuck in somebody's closet for the longest time. And the paper that they used back then uh, had the tendency to have a lot of acidity happen over the years, and so it would get yellowed and all of that. And watching them do that restoral is just absolutely amazing. But seeing um, seeing the photos or the drawings that you had sent me originally when we were first having you on and discussing Dragon's Bane, and then seeing that, I want to see side by sides.
Okay. Well, I could definitely get you some of those for sure. So,
And right, that it um, sometimes the technology does have to catch up for something that you're working on like decades before. And I think that that might be a good discussion for another time.
I completely agree. I can't agree more on that one.
All right. Well, let's see how this is going to look. We've been going for about half an hour, and I'm going to end the recording. Thank you so much, William Brower. And you want to? Oh, and there's a ticker that's on the bottom of this right now that I just saw. uh, your work. It is a really great. It's a really great show. It's an audio show, audio drama, zombie apocalyptic kind of thing going on. And anyway, so I'm gonna hit end recording.